Most people try making money online the same way they play Monopoly. It's slow as fuck, they've got no real plan, and somehow still end up surprised when they're broke. They might start a YouTube channel and just post like once a month. They might learn the whole algorithm before they even start posting. And after starting a million businesses that have never made it past my notes app on my phone, I can tell you right now, do not build an entire brand before you've even made your first dollar. If you need money, and you're starting from zero, you've only got two real paths. Either sell a product or sell a service. Not become a YouTuber because AdSense takes way too long. These are the only two ways to make money as a creator starting from scratch, and I have done both. And they're both centered around just selling something useful. That's how you can make money without actually needing many views. But I'm gonna show you both paths, step by step. Let's fucking do it. Now, for me personally, this was the main hurdle I had to get past when I started my service business originally. You're not building an entire brand yet, right? You're building cash flow. So forget the fucking color palette and whatever you want to put in your bio and usernames and logos and shit, and ask yourself one thing. Do I want to build something once and like sell it over and over again, or do something useful for someone else right now? Because most people pick the wrong one first, in my opinion. Number one, if it's a product, all right? Everybody wants to start here because it feels passive. People talk about financial freedom, digital products, all of this shit. And it's true, and it is a very scalable model. But if you don't have any social proof and you have no audience, it's like selling fucking invisible socks. Nobody can tell that it exists. But if you are gonna do it, you just need one small, repeatable thing that solves a clear problem. For example, templates, Notion setups, like miniature courses. Keep it stupidly simple at this point if you're starting out. For example, here's a $10 system I use to plan my daily content in under 5 minutes. Not a fucking 12-week life transformation masterclass when you have no audience, because why would anyone buy that from you if you've got no proof or audience? And that's okay, because at the beginning, you do not need that to make enough money to live and do this shit full time. And if you sat there saying, well, yeah, I don't have an audience, so what do I do? Well, that's completely fine. All you need is proof. You can literally just get your friends to buy it. You can record yourself using it. Basically, any content you can make around people using the product itself. Because no proof equals no product in the customer's eyes, because they have to see it to believe it. Now, if it's a service, which when starting out, this is what I would recommend to anybody. And it's how I personally started out. Especially if you want to make money fast, this is definitely the way to go. Basically, all you need to do is pick one skill, whether it's editing, filmmaking, like going videoing for people, design, writing even. Then take that skill and package it as a solution. Now, this is what I mean, yeah? You don't say, I do videos. Instead, you say, I'll shoot and edit 10 reels for your business in a 1-day shoot and deliver the videos in 48 hours. Another one, for example, you don't say, oh, I do social content. Instead, say something like, I'll plan and script 30 short form videos you can record at home for your business, optimize for your niche, and I'll get them to you within the next 48 hours. Because people don't pay based on your skill. They pay you based on the outcome you're going to get for them. They basically just pay for their problem to go away. And that's why the faster you can do it, the more you can charge. Which is why it's so easy to make money selling a service. But stop selling your identity, sell the outcome. Now, everyone overthinks marketing, okay? They obsess over logos and like brand colors and all that stupid shit, like it's gonna convince someone to buy something from them and give them money. Like seriously, have you ever given up your money because of a color? Hell to the fuck no. At the beginning, you do not need like a brand. All you need is receipts. But I do understand, and I used to think this, it's like, well, I want the job, but you're saying I need work experience. But if I need work experience, how do I do it without getting a job? It's like, where do you get these receipts? I'm gonna move this lamp out the way. I did not realize that shit was so close. Blocking the whole fucking setup, dog. Here's how I did it personally. When I was like 15 years old, I was editing Fortnite montages, and I was just becoming basically an editor you would find on YouTube or Twitter or something. I had no big portfolio. But what I would do is I started editing videos for £20 a day. I was earning £20 a day working 10-hour days. And I'm not saying that to be inspiring. I'm saying that because it's fucking embarrassing. £20 for 10 hours of work. I'm basically child labor, okay? But that's only if you've got an ego. I did it anyway. And the reason is I understood that it was going to get me something way better than money at that point in time. And that was proof. That's how I ended up working with a guy called The Burnt Chip. I don't know if you've heard of him. It was this Fortnite channel at the time called Young Chip, which was hella big for me at the time, and it put me on a full-time wage when I was only 15, 16 years old. And I didn't get it because I did something magical. I mean, I was good at editing, but loads of people are good at editing. It was because I had evidence through videos I'd posted on my own YouTube channel, and also from videos that I'd done for other people. I had evidence that I actually showed up and delivered results. And the way to get that is simple. Literally just do a few jobs for really cheap or free. Just a quick turnaround, no ego, yeah? Just drop your ego and just do it for a couple of weeks. It's gonna leave you in a better place than now when you've got fuck all. And you're also not getting paid because you can't get clients. So just get it out of the way early and get yourself a little portfolio almost. Set yourself as a goal, like for 2 weeks, I'm gonna do as much free work as possible. And then after that 2 weeks, fuck it off. Don't do that, start charging. But at least you'll have the results to give as proof to people who you want to approach. It is not charity, so don't think of it like that. Reframe it in your mind and think of it as positioning. It's just positioning. And all you need is like a few screenshots, a half decent fucking testimonial if they're willing to give you one, and just post the work itself. Like just post the work on your socials. That's enough to build with and enough to charge more the next time. And if you're selling a product instead, it is basically the same play. Give it to like 3 friends, ask them for feedback, and then get them to give you a little testimonial. No one on the internet fucking knows that you're mate. But even a Stripe payment and then just a little DM saying, yo, this helped a lot, bro, does more for your business than a fucking color palette ever will on your website. And I don't know if you've noticed, but that's why like fake gurus always use screenshots of like money as proof and shit, because proof sells, always has, and it always will in future. But most creators also don't realize social media is the modern day portfolio, and if you're not posting your own shit, why should someone else buy from you? For example, if you're a video editor and you want to edit fitness content, then obviously fucking post some fitness content. It's so simple, but you'd be surprised the amount of people who want to get into the creative industry and don't post their work. To be honest, I fucking didn't for the first like 2 years of me being a video editor. And obviously you probably don't have any clients or anything at first, so what you can do is just go online, find some popular fitness influencers who typically have quite unedited long forms, and then just clip their shit and then just post it on your account as like a before and after edit. Obviously you won't get paid for it, but then at least you have some examples on your account. But that's what I suggest. Get some unedited long forms from whatever niche or industry you're in. Let's say if you're a video editor or if you're a filmmaker, go and actually record some stuff and then color grade it and show your skill. You don't need a client necessarily to show you can do the work. You just need some footage and then to produce the work. But no one is gonna hire a ghost. You need to be relatively visible online. And for digital products, let's say for example you're selling a Notion template. Cool, let's just record yourself using it and then obviously make the footage aesthetic, make it look like a productivity video by making it bright, being sat at the laptop and typing, all the typical shit. Talk people through it and break down what's so good about it, but don't say it as in, oh, this is my product and this is really, really good. Start with something like, I used to be so stressed when planning out videos, but you know what, this Notion template actually saved my life because it does this, this, and this, and now I get to just do a little bit of planning and then I can go out and enjoy my day. Tap into the emotion why people would need the product and what it would solve for them. I do this myself for my Notion creative engine and it works. Mine's free and it acts as like a lead magnet to my creative program and everything, but it's essentially the same principle. Content, in my opinion, is not just for views and likes. The main reason I have it is for trust. You do not need to get views. You just need the credibility from posting, at least to make your first couple grand a month. And posting nothing because like it's not perfect yet or you haven't made $1 million already. That's the fastest way to stay broke and I did it for way too long. Once you've got a couple posts up and you got some proof to your name, it's fucking game time. Now you got the ball rolling, bro. And this is where most people freeze, and it's where I froze massively. I mean for like a year. You post once, you feel dead productive, that shit gets 14 views, and then you go back to overthinking everything. Then you start saying, oh, was my website not good enough? Was my logo not right? Was my username bad? And then you start second guessing every video you put out, and the momentum kind of just slows down. But nah, this is where you go get the bag, and there's 2 methods you need to do. Number 1 is inbound. You need to post content that actually shows value and sells what you do. For example, if you're a video editor, yeah, post before and after reels. If you're selling a Notion template, for example, or a digital product like that, show how it saves you time. If you help people with branding and their content, then break down bad content and bad branding so that you can show your insights. Basically, just teach people a little bit and show your results. Drop value without begging for attention online. That's what earns trust, and that's what will get you your first clients or sales. Now, the second thing is outbound. Who would have guessed? This part is you fucking DM people. I hated doing this shit because DMing people when you've got 10 followers is embarrassing as fuck. But just DM 10 people a day, minimum. Don't wait for replies, just send 10 a day. That's like 300 a month. Out of them, a few of them will reply. And then a few of them will actually become clients. No automation, no fake like, let's collaborate bullshit, fuck all that. Just offer them something and keep it personal, specific, and just very clear. For example, I wrote one down. Hey, I saw a few of your reels and I had 3 ideas I think could boost your views and make your videos feel a bit more premium. I edit for brands in whatever niche you're in, and I think your content could hit a lot better with a few easy tweaks. Let me know if you're open to a quick call and I'll shoot over one of these ideas. That's it, just a short, punchy message that adds a bit of curiosity and indicates there's going to be some value from you. You're not cold pitching loads of people. You're basically inviting people to something valuable because you're not a funnel. You don't have to think like you're an ad. You are a problem solver. They would love for you to be their solution. So act like it. No begging, just straight confidence and then give them value straight up. Now, do not spread yourself thin on every fucking platform. You're not a media company. You're one motherfucking person. Pick 1 or 2 platforms maximum and go deep on them. You don't need to be everywhere all at once. Just pick the place where your skill and your audience makes the most sense. For me, that was like Instagram and YouTube, and then secondary maybe TikTok, and then I kind of just say fuck off to the other ones. Facebook, I would rather delete my life. LinkedIn, if I wanted to fake a personality, I'd become a fucking politician. Twitter is cool if you like being angry and seeing some crazy ass videos unsolicited. But jokes aside, just go where you know the language of the platform. Because if you don't kind of get the culture on the app, your content will always just kind of feel like an ad. And people ignore ads. I fucking ignore ads. Just post where your content actually speaks the same language as the audience on there. And stop pretending you're a fucking social media octopus. You cannot do it all at once. You do not need a website. You're not building fucking Apple. You're just trying to get to your first 3K a month. All you need is literally a link, somewhere where people can either book your service or buy your product. That's it. And I recommend Standstore, Gumroad, Calendly, Stripe, basically anything with a fucking payment button will do. I've used tools like Lovable to build massive websites and landing pages, and it's actually way easier than people make it out, even with like Stripe integrations and automations, all of it. But I'll be real with you, when you're just starting out, I would not recommend even bothering to build a website. It's just one more thing to think about. Just get yourself a little link, because a website is just another thing to use as an excuse to delay. And it's just another thing to obsess over that will not make you money yet. Use Standstore or something similar, put your offer on it, add your link in bio, and boom, done. Because you only need 2 things right now: a way to host what you offer and a way to get fucking paid for it. If that part of it isn't solved yet, don't even fucking dare looking at logos and shit. It is such a waste of time, and I did it with every business I've ever tried to start. Next, let's talk numbers, right? So I'm just gonna run you through some real quick. If you offer 10 reels filmed and edited for $500, that's a 1-day shoot, probably a 2-day edit, 3 days of work. You'd only need to do that 6 times a month to make 3K. That's about 18 days. Even with a part-time job or a full-time job, if you're working overtime, that's hella doable, bro. Digital products is a little harder, but it's not outrageous. You could sell 30 copies of like a $99 toolkit, and that would make you 3K. Or even selling like $100 $10 Notion templates gets you a third of the way, which is good if your service also links to a product. For example, if you're a video editor, you can also make like a LUT pack or a power grade for DaVinci, which people can buy with your service, or they can buy it separately from your service. And when you post content about the product, it won't seem out of place. It won't feel off-brand amongst the content. Now, these are just numbers, but they make sense as long as you have a product or a service and you post about it and you do your outreach. Now, this is the final step of the video, okay? And this is important long-term. Once you've made a bit of money, yeah, please don't blow it, because this is what I did. The first like 3 service businesses I ever made. This is just a start. If you can get to 3K a month and now you're self-employed and you have that freedom, you have the base systems in place that could get you to 10K a month very quickly, within 6 months to a year, definitely. So the money you get now, aside from living expenses and obviously whatever you need, now's the time for what I like to call friction removal. For example, upgrading your workflow or your gear, just spending money removing things that slow you down. A couple examples could be templates, presets, little tools that shave hours off of your process. For example, I outsource little things like I'm posting 3 to 5 videos a day. I just pay a friend £200. He's got a full-time job, but in the evenings or whatever, he can go online and schedule all my content for just £200 a month. Even at 3K a month, that's so doable. And it allows you to spend an extra few hours a week or month doing something a bit more valuable that only you could do, like actually making or filming the content. Because every minute you save, there's more room to scale. And the faster you can deliver value through digital products or through a service, the more you can charge for it. And if you want something to shortcut all of this and like launch your brand in literally 30 days, that's literally what the Loco Creative Program is for. Build your brand from scratch. But you don't need it to start. You just need this video, one offer, and the balls to fucking move and do something. I hope you go make something useful. And if you were wondering when the best time to start is, it was 10 minutes ago before this fucking video. So go do it now. And I will too. I shout you.